These places look like they're straight out of a Scooby-Doo cartoon. So let's go take a road trip. Let our curiosity get the best of us and find meaning between the lines. I'm Brian, and it's time to make the cut. The Fisch Cut.
We're driving to Las Vegas from Southern California. But before we hit the strip and see those neon lights, we're going to make a few stops along the way to see some unusual places, including a town that quickly made millions and then collapsed almost overnight, but somehow still exists today. Remnants of a southwestern mining culture based on nothing but an opportunity and the dreams of those who dared to pursue it. What lessons can we learn from the ghosts that they left behind? So, whether you're close enough to drive to Vegas, or you rent a vehicle when you get there, these places aren't too far from your path, or close enough for an afternoon drive, if you need a break from that high Vegas energy. Just off Interstate 15, before you hit Barstow, California, about 2 hours from Las Vegas, sits our first stop, Calico, one of the most famous ghost towns in the American West. But this isn't just a collection of old buildings. It's the story of a town that rose fast, built a life in the desert, and then disappeared almost as quickly as it came. Calico was founded in 1881 after silver was discovered in these surrounding hills. Within just a few years, it grew into a booming mining town with thousands of residents and hundreds of mines. At its peak, Calico was producing millions of dollars in silver and later borax, a mineral used in everything from cleaning products to glass making. For a moment in time, this wasn't just a town, it was an opportunity. And like any opportunity, what people took from it depended on how they experienced it and what they chose to learn from it. Calico wasn't just a place where people worked. It was a place where they lived. Most residents stayed in small wooden buildings built into the hillside. These weren't meant to last forever, but the people certainly hoped they would. While men worked long hours in the mines, life continued above ground. Women often ran households, cooked, cleaned, and worked, running boarding houses, shops, or taking in laundry. Children attended a one-room schoolhouse when they could, learning alongside students of all ages. Think Little House on the Prairie type education. And like any town, Calico had its businesses. Saloons, general stores, restaurants, blacksmith shops, even a newspaper. It wasn't just survival. It was a community trying to build something in a place that even the rattlesnakes found difficult. Because growth doesn't just come from success. It comes from how people adapt, struggle, and respond to the reality around them. Inside the mines, conditions were harsh and dangerous. Narrow tunnels, poor ventilation, extreme heat, and the constant risk of collapse. Most miners weren't striking it rich. They were working long hours for low pay, chasing the hope that the next discovery might change everything. But Calico's success depended on one thing: silver. And when silver prices dropped in the 1890s, the town began to die. Businesses closed, miners left, and within a few years, Calico was abandoned. Like many boomtowns of the Old West, it didn't fade slowly. It just disappeared. Up on the hill overlooking the town is the cemetery, a quiet reminder of what life here actually cost. Many people here didn't die of old age, but from accidents, illness, and the harsh realities of desert life. And interestingly, some of the graves here show dates from much more recent times. A reminder that this place isn't just preserved history, it's also how we continue to remember it. Unmarked graves have been identified, or at least commemorated, with new tombstones. And some descendants of Calico's original settlers have even been buried here more recently. Now, visitors can walk through the town and its rebuilt buildings, the store, saloon, and the schoolhouse. They can ride a train around the mines, or even venture in, if you're not claustrophobic. So I am headed into one of the mines, and it's pretty well lit for visitors, though you do have to be careful as I already hit my head on the rocky ceiling. And they have some mock-ups of miners working. I'm not sure that sign has the same meaning as it might today. Otherwise, that would be pretty expensive. We see some other miners lounging over here. I'm guessing that they were city workers. And I think I'll head down one of these other passages here. It's a little spooky. Wondering if we'll run into anyone along the way. What if? Oh, who's there? You know what? I think it's time to go. Many of the mines here used horizontal tunnels carved directly into the hillsides and supported by wooden beams. For deeper sections, miners climbed up and down ladders or were lowered by simple hoist systems into vertical shafts. Entering and exiting by stairs like these probably was unlikely back then, and these show just a fraction of how deep these mines actually got. Now, let's get out of here before we attract any more of those lonely spirits. Places like this don't just show us what happened. They show us what people were willing to risk and what they learned or didn't learn along the way. What most people don't realize is that Calico didn't survive by accident. In the 1950s, Walter Knott, founder of Knott's Berry Farm, purchased and restored the town using old photographs from the 1880s. What you see today is part original and part reconstruction. Not just history, but an interpretation of it. And like many places with this kind of history, there are stories. Visitors and staff have reported strange sounds, footsteps, and the feeling that they're not alone, especially near the mines and the cemetery. Now, whether you believe these stories or not, places like this have a way of holding on to something. Just think about it. Calico is more than a ghost town. It's a reminder of how quickly things can rise and how quickly they can fall. But more than that, it shows us what happens when people chase opportunity. Sometimes without fully understanding the environment they're in. Because growth doesn't come from the place itself. It comes from how we experience it, how we reflect on it, and what we take with us when we leave. Now, let's get out of this town before that ghost miner decides to follow me home. But we're not quite done with this road trip just yet. As pretty close by, there's another place that tells a very different version of the same story. Stay on this road a little longer, and we'll find someplace even stranger. If you've ever passed a place like Calico, I'm curious. Did you stop or keep on driving? There's a lot more to experience out there, and we're just getting started. Follow along if you want to grow and see what we find next. This is the Fisch Cut, where curiosity meets experience, and we find meaning between the lines.